Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be taking you through my new cash envelope system. I know I've never really shared a whole lot about this, but that's something that I would really love to start putting more videos out on, just because like I said, I'm going to be revamping all of this. So first of all, I have these clear PVC binders. They are personal size from Amazon. I got two of them. These are from a few months ago, as are all of the different, zip pockets that you see here. I did pick up more off of Amazon. This is a pack of 40 that just came in the mail today. So you guys will get to see some of that in action, but just so you can kind of understand my thought process, this particular binder has all of the envelopes that I keep in my actual wallet. And the reason why I keep most of the money in here, which I've spent all of it, that's why there's nothing in here. But the reason why I keep most of the money in here is that I wait to use it. And that's because I found that in the past, I will take from one category and spend it in another. So that way, or I guess having it like this, I have to be really cognizant of, which money I'm going to be spending depending on where I'm going, what I'm doing. So I have food, gas, pets, personal, spending, household, and challenges. So these are the ones that are currently in my wallet, and that's going to be changing a little bit. And then these are the sinking funds that I have. I had to tap into all of these for an emergency earlier in the year, but I'm hell-bent on building all of these back up. So these are in no particular order, but there's month ahead, house repairs, emergency, tattoos, gifts, vacation, car repairs, subscriptions, and cash savings. So that's what I have as far as envelopes are concerned. And then I'm actually going to show you guys what I just created on my iPad in just a minute, as soon as I can bring it over here. All right, so I did not buy an iPad just for this purpose. This I actually got for free from work, and I bought the pencil myself. It was like 80 bucks, 80, 90 bucks, because I got it as an open box. And this is like a newer iPad, but I guess it still takes the, old Apple Pencil, whatever. I'm not really complaining, but I created this page myself, and this is the way that my brain works, at least when it comes to my cash envelopes. So down at the bottom left corner, there's a spot to write, the total amount that I'm stuffing. And then, okay, Baki has entered the chat. What's up, Bubba? Nope, we're not playing with mommy stuff. And then right here, just going to put whatever week it is. And then I'll just kind of move up from there. Right here, I have all the challenges. So at any given time, I could be doing any of these challenges. Normally, I just stick to the $1 challenge. And that's just because I find it the easiest. The $5 challenge, the salary, and the 52-week, I've done all three of these in the past, but I've never done them for an entire year. So that's probably my biggest goal for 2023, is to stick with this for the entire year and see how much money I can rack up. Now, this is only for one paycheck. I get paid bi-weekly, so I only get 2 paychecks per month. So budgeting becomes a little bit more difficult as opposed to the days when I was paid weekly. Those were my favorite. But anyways, these are the categories that I will be using in my wallet from now on. So all I'm doing is I'm keeping everything. I'm just taking out household and I'm actually moving it over here to the sinking funds. So I have a lot of sinking funds and I don't intend to contribute money to all of these. I just really wanted to have a place to, write all of them down because I don't want to forget about them. Because as I, add more money to certain ones, then I can kind of move on to the next thing. I kind of think of it as like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So, at the bottom of the pyramid, you have like shelter and food. And then as you get towards the top of the pyramid, you have other stuff like, you can start taking care of, mental health and all that other kind of stuff. If you guys know anything about psychology, like you'll know what I'm talking about, but that's kind of how I think of this. So my categories are kind of based on that. So again, I had to use a lot of these funds this year. So I'm starting off by rebuilding an emergency fund. Then I'm going to be doing month ahead, cash savings, car repairs, house repairs, and then household. This is something that I know a lot of people probably wouldn't have as a sinking fund, but I do, only because I spend most of my time at work and, I clean, but I have a lot of cleaning products. So I don't really have to buy those things very often. And I don't run out of them as much as I would if, I had kids or like if I lived with a husband or something like that. So I'm pretty fortunate in that arena. So this, I'm really just going to be adding money to it so that when I do need to buy stuff like toilet paper, paper towels, what have you, it's there when I need it. Supplements and allergy. This is one that has kind of, I don't know, it kind of depends on what's going on, but it's waxed and waned over the years. So gifts, I do always contribute to that every year because I give, people I'm closest to gifts, obviously. Subscriptions, this is only for annual subscriptions right now, but I'm hoping that in the future it can be for all subscriptions. And then there's stuff like skincare, shoes and clothing, Amazon, tattoos, vacation, and then car insurance. So for car insurance, I would really love to be able to have the full 6 months paid off. That way, I don't really have to worry about it from a month to month basis. So this is what only one of my pages looks like. I'm going to show you guys another page in just a minute. But for right now, I'm going to add in all of the newer sinking funds to my binder, and then I'll regroup with you guys and show you what other changes have been made. All right, guys, a couple things I want to share with you before I get back into the cash envelopes. First of all, the templates that I made in GoodNotes. This is the first one. Now, this involves only fixed expenses, and then I do have some space over here to list my paychecks, and then I also added in some extra notes. So basically, this is going to be the main page where I can take a look at my paycheck, like my first paycheck, put the date right there, and then I can put the total over here in this box, and then I can see, depending on when that paycheck comes up, which one of all of these will get paid, if that makes sense. So, for example, I get paid every 2 weeks. So usually, like if you think about it in your head, it's usually the 1st to the 15th. So pretty much everything from here to about right here, I'll be able to pay all that kind of stuff off. So it's kind of nice because it gives me like a visual way to see what things will look like. And then I did include a spot over here for notes. So that's just like if there's a note about the payment itself. Like, for example, I paid my I think it was my sewage bill. It's not due till November 11th, and I paid it early in October. So I don't have to worry about that for the month of November. So like once I get to it somewhere down in here, that's where I would put it in the notes. And then I did include 3 different things. I have quarterly. Baki, Mochi, what are you doing? Sorry, my cats are always doing something in my office. I do have 2 quarterly bills. So you can see right here and right here. And the numbers that you see underneath that, those are the months that they correspond to. So I'm very happy that those are quarterly. And I have to admit, it's very helpful that I'm at work as often as I am, because it really helps to keep those bills down. You know, I'm not using it as often as I would be if I were to like live at home or whatever. Or, I mean, work from home is what I meant to say. And then I did include my annual subscriptions in here. So I only have 2 annual subscriptions. One of them is like, I guess you could say it's not really a subscription, but it is my membership for Sam's Club. And then the other one is my membership for Amazon Prime. So I do like to have those in here so that when it comes down to it, you know, when I do have to pay them next, like next year, I don't really have to worry about it because I'll already have the cash saved up. So this is just one page. The other page that I wanted to show you guys is actually this one. And again, I created this template myself. So this deals exclusively, excuse me, with my cash envelopes. And part of that is also my sinking funds. So I have my main cash envelopes over here. These are all sinking funds. I got a lot. And then I just have a space for the challenges over here. And yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I moved a couple of things around. So like this is for this week. Like I just started this week. And basically the way that I fill this out is like depends on when I buy my groceries. So I literally just bought groceries yesterday, which is why it starts on the 21st. And then that also kind of works around, you know, when I have days off and things like that. And then I also have the total that I need to stuff for the upcoming week. So I actually forgot to add this in, but I thought, well, now I'm thinking I can do it with you guys right now if I can write at this angle. So I budgeted $52 and I already had some left over to use for my food category. So really all I had to do was stuff $30 for gas. And then I did include the other $22 in food. But I only ended up spending $78 for food, which actually I have to make that a 0 because, or yeah, actual, I spent all 100, so that changed, but you can kind of tell, like, and then I forgot to add in the totals, so we'll do the totals right now. So 1/3, this is hard to do this at this angle, and then I haven't spent that yet, so I'm not going to put anything for the actual amount right now. And then for emergency fund, I didn't actually contribute anything to my sinking funds just yet. I'm trying to start all of this back up and I'm taking it very slowly. So in that same vein, I thought, you know, why don't we go ahead and I'll show you guys what my wallet setup is. You guys are just getting so much out of this video right now. So you guys have probably seen this before if you watched one of my previous, one of my previous videos on my cash envelope system. This is a Filofax Malden in the personal size. And I got this really cute pink. I can't remember why. I think I was just in a pink phase. And this is what it looks like when you open it. So first things first, I like how the Malden, let me adjust my camera here. I like how the Malden, oops, now my tripod is like, bro, what's going on? Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, so my wallet has this pocket right here, which I actually use to put change in. So I'm going to take that out right now. And I actually hate putting change in here because it feels kind of awkward. I don't know. Big hand problems, you guys. Is that all of it? I think that's all of it. Yeah. So I have a little bit of change, you know, and this will go into the large bucket, whatever thing. I have like a plastic canister that I keep my change in, and I refuse, flat out refuse to cash it in until I get to the top. So we'll get there someday, but right now it's only about halfway. And then I think I mentioned this, but basically this is how I do my cash breakdowns. So I just write it on a piece of paper. In this case, it was a note card. I ripped off the other part to hide one of my cards so that I could show my wallet to you guys. But I just did $22 for food, $30 for gas, and then you can see I did the denominations right here. So this was very helpful when I was at the ATM because I could figure out, you know, what I'm supposed to take out. These cards right here are just the ones that I use most often. So Sam's Club, Costco, my driver's license, and then I have my debit card. And then these are my envelopes. I do not remember where these are from. They're from somewhere on Etsy. I will link the shop below for you guys because these are really nice quality. I've used these quite a bit, so they look pretty beat up. I should get some new ones, but I just like how it matches. I think it's really cute. So food, gas, pets, personal, household, I actually need to take out, spending, and then challenges. I also have coupons in here, and then I'll get to the other ones in just a minute, but I'm going to take out household right now before I forget. I do have one other envelope besides all of these, and it is miscellaneous. I haven't used that in a very long time just because I don't really know. Like, my brain will go in a million different directions and be like, oh, well, this is miscellaneous. That's miscellaneous. And then I'll just end up with a bunch of crap I don't need to buy. So, anyways, I have all of the money still in my gas envelope because I am going to have to use this. I have about a quarter tank left. So I'm going to definitely need that before I start my new job on Monday. And then pets is empty because I bought them 2 bags of cat food last time. And they still have a fair amount of their, I don't use litter anymore. I use like pine pellets. They work very, very well. And then personal spending, you know, haven't used anything in there. So challenges, I do still like to participate in the $1 challenge. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to set this to the side because it's going to go in my other challenges, you know, envelope or zip pocket, whatever you want to call it. I have some coupons, not very many, but this is like one of those, like, once, I call them 1 in a million coupons where it doesn't expire for a super long time. So I love this brand of tea, and I haven't gone through my tea quite a bit, so I don't want to buy any more, but I'm saving this for when I do need to stock up. I do have my receipts in here, which I just kind of folded over so you guys can't see like the location or whatever. I'm not going to show you what's in the zip pocket because there's sensitive information in here, but I have stuff like extra cards. You know, there's cards for like healthcare stuff and GoodRx, whatever. There's also like some notes in there and some stamps in case I need them. And then I have a bunch of paper in the back, and it's definitely a lifesaver a lot of the time because I don't carry a notebook on me anymore. But this is like the stuff that I'm out of. Well, I say I'm out of it, but not technically yet. Some of it I am, some of it I'm not. So it's just, I want to keep it on my radar so that as I go through all of them, you know, I can kind of replenish them like one at a time and not all at once. And then this just kind of ties into what I was talking about before. So this is actually what I was supposed to take with me to the ATM, but I didn't because I changed it last minute. So this will probably just get taped right here. This is where I keep my withdrawals for the month. That way I can kind of see what was going on. I didn't end up using this because the way that I plan my groceries out is I do it on a piece of paper, and I'll show you guys. It looks like crap because I was just scribbling, but there you go. So I basically think of what I have on hand and what I want to eat, and then I just kind of marry everything up and yeah, just go from there. And then I add it all into Google Sheets, and that way I'm able to keep an eye on the prices. And then just have some notes, and after that it's just blank paper. Have some Post-its in the back on this Filofax like flyleaf thing that came with it. And then I don't keep anything in the back pockets just because it like would irritate the crap out of me to try to get stuff out of there. But yeah, that's everything. So now let's get into the updated, what am I trying to say? The updated envelopes. So this is, remember, this is the one that matches my actual wallet. And in here, the only one I need to stuff is challenges. So I'm going to throw that in there. All right, so that's done. And we can put this off to the side. All right, now I will admit I probably am going to need a new binder because this thing is getting to be quite beefy. I can't really close it with the clasp anymore because I added 3 more pockets to this. Before, I think I only had 13, now I have 16. Is that ridiculous? Yes, I admit it. It is ridiculous. So remember, I put these in order of importance, and I just use my label maker with this, honestly, label tape that I never really use. I think I've used this like one other time, and it was for the same reason. But I have emergency, month ahead, cash savings, car repairs. This also includes, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it also includes stuff like getting my tags renewed every year, you know, doing like inspections, and then also registration renewal, which in Pennsylvania you can do it for every 2 years, which honestly is really nice in my opinion because it's one less thing I have to think about. House repairs, household, and then supplements and allergy, gifts, subscriptions. So this is basically for stuff like Amazon and what am I trying to think of? Amazon, Spotify, that kind of stuff. Sam's Club. All right, skincare, which I don't know if this really needs its own category, but whatever, it's there. Shoes and clothing. I really only buy this stuff about once a year. So yeah, I want to have an envelope for that for sure. Amazon, I have a bad habit now of adding stuff to my cart and then saving it for later. And then I just never look at it again. So I'm like, okay, I guess I didn't really need it. So I think it's a good idea to have one for Amazon. And then tattoos, vacation, car insurance. This is so that I can get like 6 months ahead. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but it's definitely in the works. Wholesale. So this is like for Sam's Club and Costco. And it kind of ties into like food and household in a way. So I thought it would be a better idea to just have a whole sinking fund for that. And that is everything. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of long, but I just wanted to show you, you know, what's been changing and all that good stuff, because I plan on doing these videos every time I get cash, I guess. So weekly. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll talk to you on my next video. Bye, guys.